Welcome to Power Plays, everybody. What's up? It's your boy, Jay Boogie. We back at it again. Yes, sir. Let's get right on into it. We've been having some crazy moves on the spot, man. So, man. Let's get to it. Boom. Look it up. What we got though? Don't like that. What we got though? Yesterday's high, 668.71. With yesterday's low being right around 657.11. We got a pre-market high currently. It's currently about 7:30 a.m. at 659.95. But by the looks of this chart, SPY gonna make a move off of that at some point. If you just look at this chart, we got that pre-market low sitting down there at 651.39, which is a pretty good number. But I tell you what, it's gonna be a long day for the SPY. If you're looking at this pattern right now, you see what's going on. It's probably gonna be a long day. So now, and I mean, that is a big gap in the AM. It's about $8 gap, and if you know, a lot of times what happens is when you set that type of range early, you can expect, some larger moves. So with yesterday high being 668, 671, the low came in at 657.11. So we dropped over 11 points in a day. We're showing real weakness. Now with today's pre-market low sitting at 651.39, we stretched into oversold territory, but the bounce hasn't been convincing yet. This means that, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look at around this 559.95 currently and see what happens around that area for the rest of the pre-market. If it bounces up off of that and holds for any significant, candles, because it's 7:30, we still got 2 hours for the market open. Then I will probably look at calls. With it being oversold, you want to be mindful of buying a lot of puts there because it's usually some pullback. So for the long, so let's look at my chart for the day, see what we got here. So based on my chart, what I'm projecting, if we get a clean 5-minute calendar close of 659.95, I'm probably going to try to jump in around 660 to 660.50 and put me a tight stop loss around 659 with my targets up to 662, 665, and maybe push towards 650, 667 if we start to retrace, Because when you get up there, sometimes you get pulled back, so it could retrace. Now, if the VWAP reclaim or you get a good dip, what you want to look at is 657, 658. If SPY dips into 657, 658 zone and hold support, you'll be watching for what we call a reclaim setup with an entry around 657.50 with your stop under 657, and then you'll target 660, 662, and 665. And what that'll do, that if you play early, before it pulled back into this area, because it's still a possibility it can. Those are the targets. Once it reaches those levels and shows support down there, then you can buy for it to come back up. Now the bears, the sellers have the upper hand right now, but if SPY test, well, they do have an upper hand because it's been, pretty downtrend since 673. So if SPY tests 659.80, 660.10 and fails, and they can't break above the VWAP, then that's where you want to try to look at shorts. With entry around 659.90 with stops above 660.50 and target 657.50 with 655 and possibly 651.50. And so what I'm gonna do in open, I'm gonna be looking at 657 to 660, cause that's an area where a lot of I say it a lot of the big fight gonna be, because if it can break above 660 and hold, then it should get some push up, and if it breaks below 657 and can't climb back up, then you can expect it to be a little push down. And you want to keep your stop losses tight and not try to be too emotional. And you scale out about 25-35% of each profit target, and then that way you already have profit when it's still moving. And then once you get to your stop loss, move your stop loss up too. So once as you're doing that, what happens is you start to lock in profit. So even if the market reverses some, you still already locked in your profit. So that's definitely the way we try to do it. Sometimes we don't all the time. Nobody does something one all the time, but that's what our goal is, and we try to get that done most of the time, and it's been pretty successful. But you definitely want to see what happens and look at the 5 and the 15 minute for intraday trading and the hourly chart also. But make sure you set a lot of your standards and your levels off of the daily chart, or so you can get a good accurate view of everything going on in the market. So from there, what we should be able to do is we should be able to turn some profits. Now, this is not financial advice. This is just my opinion, and I want you to come over and join us over at Power Plays, where we actually work together and trade with each other. We not the largest group, but our group is efficient, and we work together and we support each other. So have a nice day from Power Plays.